Patch 0.214.2 has finally arrived, and it's time for another patch with a chunky assortment of fixes. Several bugs have been corrected, both coding bugs and seeker behaviors. And some quality of life improvements have been made, along with some performance optimization. They finally added a save button, so you no longer have to worry about your last autosave, and that's very nice. The abbreviated patch notes and detailed patch notes. Various fixes for the Mistlands. Various menu and UI improvements. They've added manual save buttons, which we just went over, various performance optimizations, and localization improvements. Detailed patch notes, gameplay, and balance. Mistlands' giant helmet and swords will now properly drop both iron scrap and copper scrap as intended. Seeker soldiers and ticks should now respawn correctly in dungeons, and ticks that are starred went from a 10% to a 20% chance as intended. Fixes and improvements. They've added moon to ribcage locations in the Mistlands. That's the little bird that tells you everything and new updates and stuff. They added saving icon to the HUD and delayed the bad connection icon when saving. All game text have been optimized for better clarity and performance, and they reworked button prompts to new visual styles. Added some missing buttons. I still can't find them. Key hints are now displayed in a horizontal line rather than a vertical list, and visible in all needed context. So, instead of having a nice vertical list, now we get it horizontally. Kicked players get a proper message. Oh man, I like that one. Menu selection markers should now be displayed correctly in all languages. They fixed several focus loss scenarios when using a gamepad. Haldor's lines are now translated correctly. Oh man, that was half the fun. Build menus have been widened to avoid overlapping other interface items. The D-pad should now be usable in all menus, which is really good for like Xbox and PlayStation players. Controller and keyboard usage of menus has been improved. Skills menu should now work correctly with the gamepad and show tool tips correctly. Mistlands boss should no longer escape her room during rare occasions. Changes have been made to how ownership of objects work when transferred to another player, specifically checking the positions. Fixed a bug that caused projectiles to sometimes miss even though it obviously hit the target. Durability bar on item and inventory action bar only visible if the item has been damaged. Fixed a visual bug that showed servers that were being pinged as offline. Thatch roof eye corner 45 degrees can now support itself and will protect underlying beams from rain properly. This is very important for building and roofing mechanics. Thatch and darkwood roof top 25 degree middle beam point fixed. Oof. Quality of life. Added alternative controller layout and changed layout to be more readable. Build snapping is a toggle in the alternative layout and has an icon when active. Added manual save buttons to the pause menu that displays last save time. So that's nice, because you know the last time you actually saved. Crafting menus and quick use bar now have cycling navigation when using gamepad. You can now use the sticks to move to and from a container inventory from the player inventory directly rather than changing menus. So this is really good, especially for Xbox players and controller users. Crafting station is now focused when opening a crafting station. It used to be blurred out in the background. Language can now be changed without restarting the game. Performance. Performance of distant mountain shadows greatly increased and added a setting to turn off distant shadows completely. This may increase performance significantly. Performance increased while in dungeons. Performance improved when using many map pins. Performance improved while using the inventory with many items. Network stability and performance improvement for cross-play. Improved cloud save performance on Microsoft Store version. Memory optimizations for textures and fonts.